I'm Pete. I am now a boat person. I introduced myself as a software engineer at the beginning of the week. I'm now a boat person. I don't know the word for that, but that's my new vibe.
Alright. Hi, I'm Rochelle. I guess I'm a boat person, but I've always been a boat person. I grew up on boats, so always been a boat person. Still a UX designer, hopefully.
And we have just been having the best work week of my life with 45 degrees sailing around the Adriatic and seeing all the wonders that it has to offer. Hashtag 45 degrees.
My favorite moment, I would say, was Sunday. I think that was the day we went to the Red Rocks, and then later went to Cliff Base, I think it was, and we knew we were going wine tasting, but I didn't know we were going through this cave underground, experiencing this awesome wine tasting room. And I think we chatted about it that day. I was like, we've done so much. I can't believe we're only on day 2. So that was probably my favorite day. It was just jam-packed with so much excitement.
Yeah, I mean, every day has been amazing. But I think a particular moment that stands out when you asked was when I went deep diving and free diving after 3 days of Nick suffocating himself to teach us how to free dive. I went down and sort of got to near the ocean floor, then looking up and seeing the sun shining through the water with a good 9-10 meters of water above me was a pretty incredible moment.
For me, it definitely exceeded my expectations, because where we've been boating before was a little bit rickety of a boat, so it was, I feel luxury in comparison. The beds were actually surprisingly much more comfortable than I thought they would be on a boat. And then it was cool waking up to the storm in the middle of the night, and then sailing. As much as it was rocky, it was actually really exciting and one of my favorite parts. So I was excited when we put up the sails.
Yeah, and I would say definitely exceeded my expectations. Before coming on, I was a little bit nervous about being on a boat for a whole week. It's the longest that I've ever stayed and slept on a boat. And I think we were discussing it this morning, and we all sort of came to an agreement we could probably do it for a month. So it's been amazing, and it's far more spacious than I was expecting and far more comfortable. So a trip like ours where we were working, I would recommend to anyone that wants to try out being a digital nomad, is already living a digital nomad life, or is now just remote from COVID and wants to really understand that there is more to life than just a commute, and you can keep your job and be on a yacht, which was not something I thought necessarily was possible, but has worked out amazingly. So I'd recommend it to anyone working, and I would also recommend it to my extended family, because I know they'll all love a trip like this, even if they weren't working, just to come and hang out.
Nice. I would probably recommend it to digital nomads, also my friends and family, because I would say you could tell anyone come to Croatia and sail through the Adriatic. It'd probably be awesome on any of these boats, but I think what made this experience really unique is you guys knew the locals, and it made it more authentic, and we got to do some really cool things that aren't on your typical tourist checklists that you see on the pamphlets in town. So
I thought it exceeded my expectations in that area. It's very hard up front to quantify the value that you're going to get, because you can see around town you've got a boat trip where you see 3 different places in a day, and they tell you exactly what you're going to do, and I was nervous more up front because it felt like we were going in a bit blind and we didn't know what we were going to do, but that I think opened us up to having a lot more of these serendipitous moments where we would stay in a certain spot for a bit longer because we were just having an amazing time, or try and move on before the storm sort of came through. The value, I think, for me really came from the experiences that we had that you can't really explain to someone unless you were there. And I think that's something that everyone on the boat this week just gets to share with each other and no one else.
Echo the same point, but also we were able to go to a lot of places you can't reach by land, so we would have had to get a boat to do like a lot of the things I really wanted to experience around Var.
Nailed it.
So yeah, we got to experience a lot of things we weren't able to do while we were on land. So that was
And we've been in Croatia for 2.5 months now, and this was my favourite week.
Yeah.
I would eat that gnocchi every day for the rest of my life. Yeah, it was delicious.
Yeah.
Marina's an amazing cook.
Yeah, I would have been happy just eating like the granola parfaits that we had the first day, and then she brought out the banana pancakes and the homemade fig jam, so it was amazing.
Do a 45 degrees Nomad Yacht Week. You won't regret it.
Nice.